Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a hot topic that's electrifying the world of clean energy and international trade: the looming showdown between the US and China over solar power. For over a decade, a fascinating dance of tariffs and strategic maneuvering has been playing out in the solar panel industry, and we're about to hit a potential turning point. To understand the current situation, let's zoom out for a moment. Solar power has exploded onto the global energy scene, offering a clean and increasingly affordable alternative to fossil fuels. This growth has been significantly fueled by advancements in solar cell technology and, crucially, by the manufacturing prowess of Chinese companies. Over the past decade, China has become the undisputed king of solar panel production, controlling a massive share of the global supply chain, from raw materials to finished modules. This dominance wasn't accidental. China strategically invested heavily in the solar sector, building massive production facilities and driving down costs. This made solar energy more accessible worldwide, which is fantastic for the planet. However, it also created a significant trade imbalance, leading to friction with other major players, particularly the United States. The relationship between the US and Chinese solar industries hasn't always been sunny, pun intended. Over the last 13 years, we've seen a series of trade disputes and tariff implementations. The US has accused China of unfair trade practices, including dumping solar panels at below-market prices, harming domestic US manufacturers. In response, the US has imposed various tariffs on Chinese solar imports. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Chinese companies, being incredibly agile and globally connected, found a way to navigate these tariffs. They began setting up manufacturing facilities in Southeast Asian nations like Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Thailand. By exporting from these offshore locations, they could effectively bypass the direct tariffs on Chinese-made goods entering the US market. This strategy worked for a while, allowing Chinese firms to maintain their strong presence in the lucrative US solar market. But the game is changing again. The US government, under a previous administration, has now set its sights on what it perceives as a loophole. The argument is that these Southeast Asian factories, while located outside of China, are still benefiting from Chinese transnational subsidies and are essentially an extension of China's solar manufacturing power. This brings us to the latest development: the potential imposition of massive tariffs. We're talking up to a staggering 3,521% on solar cells and modules imported from these 4 Southeast Asian countries if they are found to be utilizing these subsidies. Think about that number for a second. It's not just a small increase, it's a potentially market-crushing blow. So, what does this all mean? According to analysts at Citigroup, these tariffs, if implemented in June, could virtually block US solar cell imports from these Chinese-owned factories in Southeast Asia. Huatai Securities further suggests that such high duties would significantly erode the competitiveness of Chinese firms in the US market due to increased costs. The implications are far-reaching. For the US, the immediate effect could be a significant increase in the cost of solar energy projects. This could slow down the transition to clean energy, potentially impacting climate goals. It could also create uncertainty for US solar installers and developers who rely on these imported components. On the other hand, the US government argues this is necessary to protect domestic manufacturers and ensure fair competition. For Chinese companies, this represents a major challenge. While they've shown remarkable adaptability in the past, a 3,521% tariff is a different beast altogether. It could force them to rethink their global supply chains, potentially leading to higher costs and reduced market share in the US. This isn't just about solar panels. It's also a reflection of the broader geopolitical tensions between the US and China. Technology, especially green technology, has become a key battleground. Both nations see leadership in this sector as crucial for economic growth and global influence. Looking ahead, the future of the solar industry remains somewhat uncertain. If these tariffs go into effect, we might see a diversification of solar supply chains, with other countries potentially increasing their production. There could also be further innovation in solar technology aimed at reducing manufacturing costs and reliance on specific regions. It's also possible that we see further legal challenges and negotiations between the US and China. So what are the key takeaways? Firstly, the US-China solar trade relationship is incredibly complex and constantly evolving. Secondly, government policies and tariffs can have a massive impact on global industries and the pace of clean energy adoption. And finally, the ability of companies to adapt and innovate in the face of these challenges will be crucial. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about these potential tariffs? How do you see this impacting the future of solar energy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into important global issues. Thanks for watching.